It happened so fast. I didn't even get the moment to think about the former place I left, and that was it. And God settled me. Hi there, ladies. Welcome to today's video. I'm so happy that you're here. And on today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my Esther fast testimony. Just before we dive right in, if you are coming across our videos for the first time, this is Prevailing Women, a community of women who fellowship together, who love on God together. So if you are that girl or you are that woman who wants to be a part of this community of women who are completely sold out to Christ, then like this video, subscribe, and be the first person to see each video that comes up on this channel. You can also follow us on our social media handles on our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page. On today's video, I am going to be sharing my testimony of the 3-day Esther fast I embarked on last year. So last year, I was in my final year in school. A lot of people had made certain remarks and statements that when you graduate from school, in the country where I am, when you graduate from school, that it usually takes a lot of time before you get a job. And some people even end up not getting a job, right? They just venture into running their own business. And I know that that was not the plan of God for me. At first, when they made these statements, when they told me these things, I disagreed. But on some days, I would sit down and I'll be thinking about what they said and I'll be asking myself, is it true? Will I stay 2, 3 years before getting a job? Or will I even end up being jobless? I was having this kind of funny thoughts, right? And then I told God that I wanted to have a job. And I was specific. Told God, I want to have a job as I am graduating. And as I was praying this prayer when I was in my final year, I was preparing my CV. So even before I graduated, I had a CV. And after I graduated, I was applying for jobs. I think even before I graduated, I was applying for jobs on LinkedIn and all that, right, job application sites. But I wasn't getting any feedback. So I came across this YouTube video sometime last year, I think September or October, and the lady was sharing her testimony of how she got a job, right, through the 3-day Esther fast. And when I watched that video, I came to understand what the Esther fast really was. So before we continue with the story, let me give you a little information of what the Esther fast is, just in case you are wondering what Esther fast is. So the Esther fast is basically taking 3 days to stay away from food and water, just like Queen Esther did in the Bible, right? And in the Bible, you would see that after she did that fast, she was able to get what she wanted from the king. So basically, when we say Esther fast, we're just saying we are taking 3 days to stay away from food and water, requesting for something or some things from God. So I took that 3 days, right? Though some people will tell you that you have to stay the whole 3 days without eating, right? But my strength could not carry me. Please don't laugh at me. But my strength could not carry me for the whole 3 days. So what I did was I did day one, the whole day, like 6 to 6, and then I'll eat at night. The next day, 6 to 6, right? So I didn't do the whole 3 days without eating. And I'm sure that in time to come, I will definitely do that 3 days. As at then, I could not, do the whole 3 days. So I just did 6 to 6, 6 to 6, and 6 to 6. So my major request was, God, I want a job after I graduate. So I started applying to jobs and I wasn't getting callbacks. I looked at my CV. I started watching videos on YouTube, how to, make my CV good. And let me just say this before we continue. When you are asking God for something, for a miracle, for a breakthrough, right, you have your own role to play. If you are telling God you want to make a certain grade in an exam, you definitely have to read. If you are telling God you want to get married, you have to prepare. You have to read books, right? You have to mentally prepare, financially prepare. If you are telling God you want a baby, you have to buy baby clothes in faith. You have to put up a baby cot in your house. So when you are praying to God for something, make sure that you are also playing your own part in faith, right? So I did my own part. I worked on my CV to the best of my ability, and in addition to all the knowledge I was gathering online. So I was applying to jobs. And I got a call back from a company. So I was supposed to travel, right? And then when it got to the point where I was supposed to travel for this interview, they gave me a 2 days notice. But I couldn't make a decision, like whether to go or not, because it was a distance from where I was or where I am. And one thing about me, anytime I'm about to make a major decision and I find myself not able to stand on a particular side, not able to stand on a particular decision or stand on a particular thing, I just know that that thing is not for me. So I wanted to go, but I did not want to go. So at the end of it, I just said that I wouldn't go. I sent that company that invited me in an email that I wouldn't be able to attend. I just couldn't go. Like my spirit did not agree to me going for that job. So at the point I was feeling bad. I was feeling like, why did I right? Why did I reject the offer? I should have gone. Maybe I would have gotten the job. And that's where God proved himself mighty. Sometimes when we face some disappointments, we tend to see it as the end of the world. I kid you not, it is the beginning of something good and beautiful. 3 days later, I got a call that they needed my services. The company that I'm working with now needed my services. And then they're like, I should pitch myself, I should give a proposal, what I can do, you know, and I did. And it happened so fast. I didn't even get the moment to think about the former place I left, right? It just happened so fast. And that was it. And God settled me. And now, thinking back to last year when I was being told that you cannot get a job early enough, you have to stay 4 years, 5 years before you get a job, I just smile because this can only be the hand of the Lord. So, no matter what the narrative is about your situation, just the way there was a bad narrative about my situation, I want you to know that there is nothing impossible for God to do. If there is a man to pray, if there is a woman to pray, there is a God to answer. I would love to know, have you ever taken the Esther fast? What's your testimony? Share with us. And if you've not taken Esther, would you be embarking on Esther fast this year? I want you to let me know in the comment section. And yes, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media channels. See you on our next video. Bye.